Today's video starts with a big question that every Dallas Cowboys fan has been asking all week, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single second of what I'm about to share. And before we get into it, I want to be very honest with you because I see the analytics every day, and most of you who watch my videos don't even subscribe to the channel, and you come back again and again for Cowboys updates, but you forget to hit that subscribe button. So please, before we dive into today's big story about CeeDee Lamb, take 1 second, just one, and subscribe to the channel because it helps me, it supports the channel, and it makes sure you never miss breaking Cowboys news. And now let's get into the biggest headline of the day, because the entire fan base wants to know one thing: is CeeDee Lamb getting better? And this is your host Alex, and today we are going deep into the latest Cowboys news because CeeDee Lamb's situation has been full of confusion, rumors, and updates that change almost every hour, and honestly, that's exactly why you're here, because you want the truth, not the noise, and you want to know how serious the situation is, how the Cowboys are reacting, and most importantly, what this means for the upcoming games. So let me walk you through everything step by step in a clear and easy way. And now the most important thing everyone wants to know is how CeeDee Lamb is feeling and whether he is improving. And fans have been stressed, coaches have been cautious, and analysts have been talking nonstop about his condition. But here is the part that matters most: signs around the team suggest that CeeDee is indeed trending in the right direction, and the Cowboys medical staff has been extremely careful with him, and that is actually a good thing, because when a star player is that valuable, you don't rush anything, you don't take risks, you don't push for hero moments, and instead you make sure every step of recovery is safe, measured, and moving forward. And from what we have seen so far, there has been real progress, not just minor improvement, but actual signs that CeeDee Lamb is getting better each day, and he has been more active around the facility, more comfortable in movement workouts, and more confident in the way he talks about his own body. And let me tell you something Eve learned over the years watching this team: CeeDee Lamb is not the type of guy who pretends to feel better just to get attention. He is real, he is honest, and when he says he is improving, you can trust that he means it. And that doesn't mean everything is perfect, because the Cowboys still need to see him complete certain steps in his recovery before they can say he is fully back, and they need to see him test his speed, his acceleration, and his ability to make sudden cuts, because those are the moves that define him as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. And it's not just about feeling good, it's about performing at a level that keeps the team competitive. So even though things are trending positively, the Cowboys won't rush him until they are fully sure. And what's even more interesting is how the coaching staff is reacting to his progress, because behind the scenes the vibe is cautiously optimistic, and they are not panicking, they are not scrambling for last-minute solutions, and they are not acting like his absence will break the season. Instead, they are preparing as if he will return when he is truly ready, and they are building game plans accordingly. And that tells you something important: they believe in his recovery. And one big question fans have been asking is how the offense looks without him, and honestly, it's a mixed bag, because Dak Prescott always plays better when CeeDee Lamb is on the field, and the chemistry between them is special. And Dak trusts him in tight windows, he leans on him in critical downs, and he knows that CeeDee can turn a simple catch into a big play. And without him, the offense becomes more predictable, and defenses can tighten up, and role players have to step into positions they aren't always comfortable with. So yes, the offense misses him, and they miss him a lot, but here is the part that keeps Cowboys fans hopeful: the team has depth, and they have been preparing for moments like this, and it's not ideal, but it's manageable. And if CeeDee Lamb continues improving at this pace, the Cowboys might not be without him much longer. And now let's talk about the fan reaction, because Cowboys Nation has been going crazy online, and some are worried that he might miss more time than expected, and others think the team is hiding something, but most people are just waiting, refreshing social media, hoping for any update they can get. And honestly, I get it, because CeeDee Lamb is not just another player, he is the heartbeat of this offense. He is the guy who changes games, who creates highlights, and who gives the Cowboys a real chance at making a deep playoff run. And without him, everything becomes harder. But here is the truth, and this is where I want all Cowboys fans to take a deep breath. The situation is not as bad as people think, and yes, it is concerning when any star player deals with an injury, and yes, rumors online make things worse, but real information from inside the team points toward progress, not setbacks, not complications, just progress. And some teammates have even hinted that CeeDee looks more energetic and more upbeat than he did earlier in the week, and that is not something players usually say unless they actually feel it, and NFL players can sense when a teammate is struggling, and they can see it in body language, and they can feel the energy shift, and the mood around CeeDee Lamb right now is positive. And another thing the Cowboys are doing is giving him the best treatment possible, and I know fans sometimes underestimate how advanced these treatments are, because we are talking about a full team of specialists, trainers, recovery experts, physical therapists, and medical professionals all working together around the clock, and CeeDee is not just resting, he is actively working on recovery, and that is why things are improving the way they are. And now let's talk about the big question hanging over everything: will CeeDee Lamb return in time for the next game? And this is where things get tricky, because the Cowboys want him back, the fans want him back, Dak wants him back, but nobody wants to risk a setback, so the decision will come down to whether he can complete all the physical checkpoints safely, and if he can run, cut, sprint, absorb contact, and do it all without pain, then yes, he will be back. But if even one of those steps doesn't feel right, the Cowboys will wait, and honestly that is the right call, because losing CeeDee for one game is bad, but losing him for multiple games would be a disaster, and the Cowboys know this, and they understand his value, and that is why they won't gamble no matter how big the upcoming matchup is. And now let's switch gears a little and talk about what this recovery means for the rest of the season, because if CeeDee Lamb gets fully healthy, the Cowboys' offense becomes dangerous again, and we are talking about big play potential, explosive drives, and the kind of momentum swings that win football games, and he opens up the field for everyone. Tight ends, running backs, other receivers, and defenses can't double team everyone, and when CeeDee is on the field, defenses have to respect him, and that gives Dak more space and more confidence. So if you're watching this video right now wondering whether you should be hopeful or worried, let me tell you exactly where I stand. You should be hopeful, because the information we are seeing points to positive progress, not setbacks, and the team is optimistic, and the energy around him is good, and CeeDee himself feels like he is getting better, and that is the combination you want. And before we continue, let me remind you once again, if you enjoy these daily Cowboys updates, please make sure you're subscribed, because it takes less than a second and it helps me bring you more videos just like this. And if you love the Cowboys as much as I do, this channel is your home for every update you need. And now let's talk about how this situation affects Dak Prescott mentally, because Dak is a leader, and leaders know when the team needs them, and he has been staying calm, focused, and locked in even with the uncertainty around CeeDee, and that says a lot about his maturity, and he is preparing for every scenario, with CeeDee, without CeeDee, and everything in between. And Dak knows the pressure is on him, and he is stepping up the way a true franchise quarterback should. And you can tell Dak wants his guy back, because every quarterback wants their number one receiver on the field, and Dak and CeeDee have a connection that does not come around often, and when CeeDee returns, their chemistry will be stronger than ever. And sometimes a short break can actually help a player reset mentally, sharpen focus, and come back even more explosive. And another thing to consider is that every time CeeDee has faced adversity in his career, he comes back stronger, because that is his personality, that is his drive, and from everything we have seen, this time will be no different. And Cowboys fans should also remember that the NFL season is long, and there are ups, downs, surprises, and challenges, but as long as the team stays healthy at the right time, especially during the playoff push, they will be in a strong position. And CeeDee Lamb getting better right now is a huge part of that bigger picture. And I also want to talk about the emotional side of this, because fans often overlook how much pressure players feel when they are injured, and CeeDee wants to be out there, he wants to compete, he wants to help his team win, and sitting out is not easy for him. But the fact that he is staying patient, trusting the process, and letting his body heal the right way is a good sign, because it shows maturity, discipline, and long-term thinking. And now, as we start to wrap up this video, here is the bottom line: yes, CeeDee Lamb is getting better. Yes, the signs are positive. Yes, the Cowboys are optimistic, but no, they will not rush him, and that is exactly what they should do, because the goal is not to get him back fast, the goal is to get him back right. And so if you are a Cowboys fan watching this video, be encouraged, because the updates are pointing in the right direction. The team is confident, the medical staff is doing everything they can, and CeeDee himself feels good about his progress, and that is all you can ask for right now. And before we end today's video, I want to thank you all for watching, because you are the reason I get to bring daily Cowboys news to thousands of fans. And if you are still watching right now, you are a real one, so please Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments how you feel about CeeDee's recovery, and do you think he will be back next game? Do you think the Cowboys should be extra careful? I want to hear from you, and this is Alex signing off. And I will see you in the next video with more Dallas Cowboys updates. Stay safe, stay positive, and as always, go Cowboys.